honestly, people love pens. People love buying cute pens. So if you're looking to do something that eventually you want to sell or really create gifts that people really like, Rhinestone pens are a great way to get started. My first Rhinestone tumbler was a 20-ounce tumbler, and it took me over 10 hours of just actually placing stones to finish up that cup. And I absolutely love it. I still use it to this day. And while with experience and doing it more, I have gotten faster and more efficient. I love making pens because they are so much faster. So today I'm going to show you how to do a single color rhinestone pen with the honeycomb method. If you like all things shiny and sparkly and DIY, make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, and let's get started. The first thing that we need to do is choose the right pen for our project. It doesn't really matter what pen you choose or what. You can really put rhinestones on anything, but what I recommend for the pens, you want something that can be easily taken apart and refilled with ink. So you really do want a refillable pen because I don't know about you, but I want my pens to last me a while. And if I'm gonna put in hours of my time creating something this pretty, I really want it to last. So even if the ink runs out, you can change out the inside ink and continue to use the pen. The two main choices that I recommend are an Inkjoy gel pen, which you can get at Target, Walmart, Amazon. I would just look for who has the best price in the moment. And option number 2 is a stainless steel pen. I get mine from Craft Haven, and ultimately you just kind of have to decide which one you like better. I will link all of the supplies that I use underneath this video in the description. The cost of the Inkjoy gel pens has gone up over the years, but they are really easy to take apart and really easy to find in the store. The stainless steel pens are really nice too. I like the stainless steel versus like a rubber pen. I think they have the potential to last a little bit longer, and that silver kind of tip just like looks really, really nice. So you just have to decide which look you want. Ultimately, an Inkjoy gel pen is gonna have a black tip at the bottom, and the stainless steel is going to have a silver. I will say that the stainless steel pens are a little bit harder to take apart and refill, so you might need to like film a quick video or share a quick video for the people you are giving these pens to or your customers in case they want to refill their pens too. The next thing we need to decide are the rhinestones. I am using glass rhinestones for this project, and I am using a 3mm size stone. You can also find these as an SS10. So either 3mm or SS10, those mean the same thing. It's just a nice small stone for the smaller pen. If you're gonna make a tumbler or a cup or something bigger, you might wanna go up to like an SS16 or an SS20 even, which is what I use mostly on my tumblers, because the bigger the stone, the less stones you have to place. But we can't really go that big when we're talking about a tiny surface like this pen. I get all of my rhinestones from Glitzy Kreations. Quita over there is like the best human. I love supporting her. You can find a discount code underneath this video, but today I'm using a pink rhinestone called Bubblicious, and I'm doing it over a pink base paint. The other main tool that you need to decide is what glue you are going to use. There are a lot out there on the market. The big ones are Super Tight Fusion Tack, Liquid Fusion, and the Crystal Glaze. Super Tight Fusion Tack is what I started with because it is non-toxic. Liquid Fusion is extremely popular, and the Crystal Glaze has an amazing applicator like right in the bottle that is really, really cool and really, really handy. And the glue works really, really well. It is more of like an E6000 type glue, so you just kind of have to decide which route you want to go. If you go with the Super Tight Fusion Tack or the Liquid Fusion, you'll need to put some in a needle nose glue applicator bottle before you start on your project. So to actually make this pen, we need to prep and base coat it. I always put down a base paint for my rhinestone projects that is a similar color to the rhinestones that I'm placing. So the first thing you need to do is sand your surface. I'm using a 220 grit sanding block, and you just want to make sure that you're getting it ready to accept that glue, and then you can put down your base paint. You really want to choose a primer paint, so either spray paint or something like the CrystaLac paints that I use on a lot of my tumblers. You can go either route. This particular pen has a pink paint that I mixed up myself, and I will link a video in the top right corner on how I mix paints if you really want to get into the custom paint mixing side of things. Once your paint is dry, you can apply your stone. So you're gonna see me pour my stones into this little rhinestone tray. I 3D printed this myself, but you can buy them when you buy your rhinestones. It just helps to keep your rhinestones organized and face up. You also want to make sure that you're cleaning out the inside of your pen if you chose to paint on a base coat. Otherwise, it might be hard to get your pen back together. So you want to start with your very first layer of stones. This sets the foundation for the entire pen or project that you're doing. So place your stones all around in just one layer around the bottom. And then what you can do is put your pen with the stone side down and push the stones all the way to the bottom to make sure that they are flush and in a straight line. This is going to help set up the process for the rest of your pen. Let that dry completely before you go in with your second layer. When you do your second layer, we are going to place them in the honeycomb method. And this is a visual. So imagine that top row, your stones. You're going to place each stone basically in between the two stones on top, and it creates what we call the honeycomb pattern. So you just want to make sure that that second row of stones and every row after that is sort of snug in between the two stones above it. So you're going to go around, place the second layer of stones, and then ultimately continue this process all the way down the pen. I like to do a few rows at a time, let it dry, but it's completely up to you. You're just going to keep placing every single stone until you get all the way to the top of the pen. You may notice that you have an awkward distance at the end, and it would be okay to switch to a different size stone to fit whatever space you have left. I can't wait to see all of your sparkly pens over on Instagram. So if you make some after watching this tutorial, make sure you tag me so I can show you some love. If you want to see how you can make a rhinestone tumbler with a name in the middle of it, make sure you watch the video on your screen.